in Texas, because the Texas House yesterday passed a new congressional map that could give Republicans 5 more seats after next year's midterm elections. The vote passed, of course, along party lines after more than 8 hours of debate. It ends a bitter redistricting fight in the House that included Democrats leaving Texas for 2 weeks. Republicans currently control now 25 of the 38 congressional districts there. Under the new map, President Trump would have carried 30 of 38 seats, all by more than 10 points. The Texas State Senate will likely pass the map this evening, and Governor Greg Abbott is expected to sign it into law by tomorrow. Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama shared his support for California's attempt to counter those mid-decade redistricting efforts by Republicans in the Lone Star State. At a fundraising event earlier this week, Obama said he had, quote, tremendous respect for Governor Newsom's proposal to redraw his state's congressional maps in response to the Texas effort. Obama went on to say that Democrats must respond effectively to Republican gerrymandering, even if it means breaking with traditional norms, and that Newsom's plan is a, quote, responsible approach. Yesterday, the California Supreme Court said it wouldn't prevent Democrats from moving forward with a plan to redraw their congressional districts. After last night's vote in Austin, Newsom posted on social media, quote, "It's on, Texas." Joining us now, Washington correspondent for Spectrum News, Kevin Fry. Kevin, the margins are so incredibly tight in the House. That's why these stories matter so much. That plus the fact that the Texas redistricting effort is really only happening because the folks at the White House and in Washington said this would really be good for you to do. So what's the response then from lawmakers, including in the Texas delegation, who were not too fond of this effort either?
Right. I mean, and look, if you consider the fact that the margins in the House are essentially down to if you have like 4 or 5 votes, depending on who is absent and how many slots are empty. And so at the end of the day, this could be the whole ball game, is just this redistricting back and forth. And we seem to be entering and setting up this scenario where we could have really a spiral where various states are now going to basically take and jump at this opportunity, because Republicans are also being leaned on in places like Indiana and Missouri to also take advantage of this opportunity to try to redistrict. And quite frankly, we're seeing this potential of turning into a once in a decade, into every single cycle to try to squeeze out the latest advantage. And so you have seen when it comes to, for example, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries leaning in, saying, please, California, I respect this as an enlightened and forceful effort that they're considering out there, which could, if they go forward with this, and it seems like guns are blazing to try to do this in California as well, that would basically balance out things. But if you look at the grand map, it seems the GOP has more opportunities to try to move things in their direction in the grand scheme of things, and that could help them in what's expected to be a rather tight midterm.
And I think there's 2 pieces to this, too, right? California is saying that it is a tit for tat for what happened in Texas, but California is also going to be putting it to voters. And I had one California official on with me yesterday saying, well, I think that it's going to work, but if not, we'll know where the voters stand. And that's what's making us different in all of this, that we are asking the voters to decide. And then, of course, the other piece that Texas Republicans keep turning to is everyone gerrymanders. OK, the difference is how bold-faced the politics is on this right now.
It's not subtle at all.
I mean, it's not every 10 years. It's happening midstream.
Correct. And when it comes to essentially what could go on in California, there has already been some language that has been released where it seems that people are much more amenable to voting for this if it is seen as a direct response to Texas to try to balance out things, basically breaking democracy for the sake of saving democracy, as opposed to eliminating this independent redistricting commission. I mean, it's the old cliche the Democrats keep going back to, but they essentially say that they're fighting with one of their hands behind their back with these independent redistricting commissions.
Because they are fighting to maintain norms that Republicans are keen to break, in this case on congressional maps. You know, one of the reasons why the Republican Party might want some pad in terms of their efforts to keep the House is A, because the margins are thin, and B, because of the big, beautiful bill that they passed earlier this year, where we've seen Republicans from Wyoming to New York really struggle in defense of that bill. And I actually think our home state of New York does provide an interesting micro look at what this defense looks like, because you've got everyone from Elise Stefanik to Mike Lawler having a tough time with it. I mean, talk about their differing responses.
Right. So let's start with Mike Lawler. He's in really, after he decided not to run for governor in the last couple of weeks, he is now in really one of the most competitive and closely watched congressional races across the country. This is right north of the 5 boroughs of New York City. And he has, just within the last couple days, started rolling out these various ads trying to redefine the One Big Beautiful Bill, like arguing that he's protecting Medicaid, for example, by instituting work requirements, and also touting something that's very, very niche to New York, which is the state and local tax deduction, among other things, trying to redefine an issue. But at the same time, the One Big Beautiful Bill, as we've seen in polling, at least at this stage, and we've still got a year for the definitions to be really set in stone, is underwater. And so that is a difficulty for these Republicans to navigate. Stefanik was facing booing at an event in her own district. And some of this speaks to kind of her own evolution and also the dynamics of that part of the district. Plattsburgh is perhaps arguably one of the bluer segments of a red district, where she was facing lots of pushback from the public during this public event that she was speaking at. I don't know that I see that as necessarily a response directly to the One Big Beautiful Bill. I see it more largely as people are tired of her in this district, particularly some of the more liberal folks who quite frankly see her as not standing by the principles she once stood for.
Yeah.